Sweetheart, I know what it feels like to want something so badly that your whole body tightens around it. You can feel the wanting in your chest, in your belly, in the way your mind keeps circling the same question. When? How? Why not yet? And I want you to hear this right away. Not as a scolding, not as a correction, but as a soft hand on your heart. You are not wrong for wanting. You are not too much for longing. You are not broken because you hope. So many people have been taught to be ashamed of desire, as if wanting means you are ungrateful. But there is a beautiful, life-giving kind of wanting. There is a pure desire that rises from the soul and says, I am ready for more. I am ready to grow. I am ready to live. And then there is another kind, the kind that feels like grabbing, like chasing, like holding your breath until life finally gives you permission to relax. We're going to gently, lovingly turn that second kind into the first. Because you see, you cannot force life, but you can absolutely change the way you meet life. You can change what you believe is possible. You can change what you think you deserve. You can change what you are willing to receive. And as you do that, life begins to respond in new ways, often quietly at first, like a door that opens when you stop leaning on it with all your weight. I want to talk with you today about something people call the 369 method. It sounds mysterious, doesn't it? Numbers, repetition, a little ritual that promises to make the universe obey. And I understand why that appeals to you. When you feel powerless, you want a method that makes you feel in control. When you feel anxious, you want a guarantee. When you have waited too long, you want a lever you can pull and say, now it's my turn. So let's take what is useful here, and let's release what is not, because I know this to be true. The power is not in forcing the universe. The power is in changing your inner agreement with life. The point of power is always in the present moment. And in this present moment, you can choose a new thought. And a new thought creates a new feeling. And a new feeling changes the way you move through your day. And over time, your day begins to change. Not because you bullied life into it, but because you became a new place to stand. Now, before we begin, I want to say something clearly, lovingly, and honestly. This is not a promise that you will get anything you want instantly. Life does not work that way, and you would not want it to, because sometimes what the mind wants is a bandage, and what the soul wants is healing. But this practice can help you notice opportunities you didn't see before. It can help you soften resistance. It can help you become kinder to yourself. It can help you stay focused on what supports you rather than what scares you. And many people find, as they change their thinking consistently, their experiences begin to shift. So let's begin with something simple. Take a breath, just one gentle breath. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders drop. You don't have to work so hard in this moment. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to earn the right to be calm. Just breathe and notice that right now, in this moment, you are here. And because you are here, you have choice. Now, the first thing I want you to understand about any method is this. If you do it from fear, it becomes another form of punishment. If you do it from love, it becomes a pathway home. So we are not going to do 369 like a whip. We are not going to do it like a test you can fail. We are not going to do it like a bargain with the universe. We are going to do it like a garden. Yes, a garden. You don't force a garden to grow. You don't stand over the soil, angry and desperate, shouting at the seeds. You prepare the ground. You water. You give light, you remove weeds, you trust what is unfolding. And then, sometimes when you are not looking, a tiny green shoot appears. That is how life often works, not by force, but by nourishment. Your thoughts are your soil, your words are your water, your feelings are your sunlight. And if you have been planting seeds in soil that says, I don't deserve, or it never works, or something always goes wrong, then sweetheart, the garden does exactly what you asked of it. Not because life is cruel, but because your inner world is speaking all day long. So the first step is not the numbers. The first step is the relationship you have with your own mind. Let's talk about wanting. Sometimes when you say, I want, what you really mean is, I don't have, and that can carry a heavy energy of lack. You can feel it in the body. When you are in lack, your jaw tightens, your belly clenches, your breathing becomes shallow, your mind scans for danger, and you think you are trying to create, but your nervous system is practicing not enough. So instead of I want, we begin to practice I am open. Instead of where is it, we practice I am becoming. Instead of I must have it now, we practice I trust the timing of my unfolding. This does not mean you give up your desire. It means you stop squeezing it. Now, the 369 rhythm can be a beautiful container for this. It gives the mind something to do. It gives you consistency. It turns your attention back toward what you choose. But we're going to redefine it in a way that supports you. Here is how we will use it today. 3 moments to soften and come home to your body. 6 gentle questions to clear the old story. 9 affirmations to build your new inner agreement. And if you do this daily, even for a short time, you may discover that your mind becomes kinder, your body becomes calmer, and your life begins to feel more cooperative. Not because you forced anything, but because you stopped fighting yourself. Now let's begin with the first part. 3 moments of softening. I want you to place a hand on your heart, if that feels comfortable, or simply imagine a warm hand there. And I want you to say quietly inside, all is well in my world, in this moment. Just notice how that lands. If it feels easy, wonderful. If it feels hard, that's important information. Because whatever feels hard is simply a thought you have practiced. This is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Now, first softening. Breathe in and say inside, I am willing to be present. Breathe out and let your body soften even 1%. Second softening. Breathe in and say inside, I am willing to feel supported. Breathe out and imagine life holding you just for this breath. Third softening. Breathe in and say inside, I am willing to receive good. Breathe out and release the idea that you must struggle for everything. Now, we move into the next part. 6 gentle questions. You see, the reason people feel stuck is not because they are incapable. It is usually because they are loyal to an old belief. And old beliefs often begin very early. Perhaps you learned that you had to be perfect to be loved. Perhaps you learned that money is stressful. Perhaps you learned that love leaves. Perhaps you learned that your needs are too much. Perhaps you learned that it's safer not to hope. None of these beliefs are your fault, but they can become your patterns. So we ask questions, not to blame ourselves, but to become aware. And awareness is kindness. Here are 6 questions. You can answer them in your mind, or you can simply let them echo and notice what arises. First question. What do I believe I must do to deserve what I want? Pause and listen. Maybe you hear, work harder. Maybe you hear, be different. Maybe you hear, fix yourself. Maybe you hear, prove it. Sweetheart, you don't have to earn the right to exist. You already belong. Second question. What am I afraid would happen if I actually received this? This is a powerful one. Sometimes you fear disappointment. Sometimes you fear attention. Sometimes you fear responsibility. Sometimes you fear losing it again. and so you keep it at a distance and call it bad luck. Third question, what do I think it says about me if I don't get it? Perhaps your mind says, I'm not enough, or I'm unlucky, or I'm not chosen. But I want you to consider maybe it doesn't say anything about you at all. Maybe it simply means you are learning, you are growing, you are refining your path. Fourth question, where am I holding my breath in my life? Feel your body. Are you holding your breath around money, around love, around health, around your future? The body tells the truth. And when you notice you are holding your breath, you can choose to exhale. Fifth question, what would it feel like to trust life a little more? Not perfectly, not forever, just a little more. Would it feel like relief? Would it feel like softness? Would it feel like space? Let yourself imagine that. Sixth question, what is one loving thought I can choose today that supports my desire? Just one. Perhaps it is, I am worthy. Perhaps it is, I am learning to receive. Perhaps it is, life supports me. Perhaps it is, I am guided. Good. Now, we come to the 9 affirmations. This is where the 369 rhythm becomes practical. Because repetition trains the mind, it creates new grooves, it interrupts the old story. And the most important thing about affirmations is not that you say them perfectly. It is that you say them kindly. If you say them like you are pleading, the body stays tense. If you say them like you are commanding, the heart closes. If you say them like you are nurturing yourself, the whole system begins to relax. So I want you to speak these gently, like you would speak to a child who is learning to walk. You wouldn't shout at a child, walk perfectly or you fail. No, you would smile. You would encourage. You would say, that's it. You're doing it. I'm right here. That is how you speak to yourself. Now, you can choose a specific desire if you want, something you are calling in, or you can keep it general. But either way, we will build the foundation first, because the foundation is always you. Let's begin. I will say the affirmation, and you can repeat it out loud or in your mind. And between each one, take a tiny pause, a little breath, so it can land. 1. In the infinity of life where I am safe. Pause. 2. Life loves me, and I love myself. Pause. 3. I am willing to release the belief that good things are not for me. Pause. 4. I deserve good things. Pause. 5. I allow myself to receive with ease. Pause. 6. I trust that I am guided to the right people, places, and opportunities. Pause. 7. I choose thoughts that support me. Pause. 8. I am open to unexpected blessings. Pause. 9. All is well in my world. Now breathe, and just notice how your body feels. And if your mind says, this is silly, or it won't work, that is okay. That is just an old voice trying to protect you from disappointment. You don't need to fight it. You can say to that voice, thank you for trying to keep me safe, and I am choosing something new now. Because you see, resistance is not your enemy. It's a frightened part of you, and frightened parts soften with love, not pressure. Now, let's gently bring in your desire. This is where people often make a mistake. They go straight to the thing they want, without addressing what they believe about having it. So we will do it with care. Think of what you desire. Maybe it is more money. Maybe it is a job. Maybe it is a loving relationship. Maybe it is healing in the body. Maybe it is peace. Maybe it is clarity. Now I want you to notice, what do you feel when you think of it? Do you feel excited? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel unworthy? Whatever you feel, you are allowed to feel it. And now let's reframe your desire as an inner quality first. If you desire money, perhaps you desire security, freedom, ease. If you desire love, perhaps you desire connection, tenderness, belonging. If you desire health, perhaps you desire vitality, comfort, trust in your body. If you desire a new beginning, perhaps you desire hope, courage, direction. Do you see? The universe does not respond to panic. It responds to clarity and alignment. So we affirm the quality, and the form can follow. Now I will offer another set of 9 affirmations, and you can adjust them to your desire, if you like. 1. I am willing to feel supported in my life. Pause. 2. I am worthy of the good I desire. Pause. 3. I release the need to force, and I choose to trust. Pause. 4. I take loving steps, and life meets me halfway. Pause. 5. I notice opportunities that match my intentions. Pause. 6. I allow my desire to unfold in the right way for me. Pause. 7. My inner wisdom knows what to do next. Pause. 8. I am open to receiving more than I imagined. Pause. 9. I am grateful for the good that is already here, and I welcome more. Now, breathe again, and I want you to hear something important. Gratitude is not a trick to make the universe give you more. Gratitude is a way to soften the nervous system so you can see what is already supporting you. When you are grateful, you are present. When you are present, you have power. When you have power, you make new choices, and new choices change your life. Now let's bring this into practical daily living, because your life is not lived in a notebook. It is lived in your mornings, your conversations, your habits, your quiet moments. If you want this practice to support you, we make it simple. Here is a gentle way to use the 3-6-9 rhythm in a day. 3 times in the morning, you soften and choose your intention. 6 times during the day, you return to a supportive thought. 9 times at night, you affirm safety, worthiness, and receptivity. And it does not have to be perfect. It only has to be consistent. The mind changes through repetition, not through one dramatic moment. Now let me show you what that can look like. Imagine you desire more abundance. In the morning, 3 times, you might say, I am open to receiving good. I deserve to thrive. Life supports me in wonderful ways. And then you go on with your day. Now during the day, 6 times. When you notice worry, you return. Perhaps you say, this is only a thought, and I choose a new one. Or, I trust myself and life. Or, I am guided. You might do it while washing your hands, while waiting for a message, while walking from one room to another. Little moments like watering a plant, and then at night, 9 times, you close the day with safety. Perhaps you say, all is well in my world. I did the best I could today. I am proud of myself for showing up. Life loves me. You see what we are doing? We are not forcing. We are building trust. Now, let's talk about what often gets in the way. People say, I did the affirmations and nothing happened. And I want you to consider, what if something did happen, but it happened inside you first? What if you were calmer today than yesterday? What if you treated yourself more kindly? What if you made one small choice that supports you? What if you noticed an opportunity you would have ignored? That is movement. And movement matters. Sometimes we want the universe to rearrange the furniture of our lives overnight. But the deeper miracle is when you stop rearranging your own worthiness. Because the moment you believe you deserve good, you stop settling for crumbs. You start saying yes to yourself. And life responds. Now I want to give you a few examples, because the mind loves to see how this works in real life. let's talk about love. So many people say they want love, but inside they believe love hurts, or love leaves, or love is work, or love must be earned. And if that is the soil, you can write affirmations all day long, and the body still braces. So you begin where you are. You might start with, I am willing to believe that love can be safe. I am learning to trust. I am becoming the kind of person who receives love with ease. And then you practice it in your daily moments. When someone is kind to you, you let it in, just a little. When you compliment yourself, you don't brush it off. When you set a boundary, you remind yourself that boundaries are self-love. This is how you become available to love, not by chasing it, but by embodying it. Now, money. Many people grew up hearing fearful sentences. Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford it. Rich people are greedy. It's hard to get ahead. Those sentences sink into the subconscious, and later you wonder why you feel anxious whenever you look at your bank account. So you begin gently. I am willing to have a healthy relationship with money. I allow money to support me. I am open to new ways of earning and receiving. And then you take practical steps too, because spirituality and practicality are friends. You check your spending without shame. You make a plan without panic. You apply for the job. You ask for the raise. You learn a new skill. Affirmations do not replace action. They replace sabotage. They help you stop stepping on your own feet. Now, health. The body listens to you. If you speak to your body with criticism, the body tightens. If you speak with love, the body relaxes. You might say, my body is doing the best it can. I listen to my body with kindness. I choose thoughts that support healing. And you might place a hand on the area that needs care and say, I love you, thank you. Yes, thank you. The body has carried you through every day. The body deserves gratitude, not blame. Now, one more example. Purpose. So many people think purpose is a single perfect thing you must find. And if you don't find it, you've failed. No, sweetheart. Purpose is often revealed through the next step, not the whole staircase. So you might say, I am guided to the next right step. I trust my inner wisdom. I am open to discovering what brings me joy. And then you follow what feels alive. A conversation, a class, a hobby, an idea you keep returning to. Life speaks through curiosity. Now, I want to address something that matters deeply. The title you brought me today speaks of forcing the universe to give you what you want. And I understand the emotion behind that phrase. It is the voice of someone who has waited, someone who has been disappointed, someone who is tired. But I want to offer you a new truth. You do not need to force life to love you. Life already loves you. You do not need to force the universe to support you. Support is already present, even if you cannot see it yet. What you are learning is how to become a clear receiver. And receiving begins with worthiness. If you believe you are unworthy, you will reject the very good that arrives. Sometimes it looks like procrastination. Sometimes it looks like choosing the wrong person. Sometimes it looks like spending money the moment you get it because it doesn't feel safe to have it. Sometimes it looks like pushing away compliments. This is not because you are bad. It is because you are patterned. And patterns can change. This is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Now let's do a little mirror work. Very gentle. If you have a mirror nearby, you can use it later. For now, just imagine looking into your own eyes and say softly, I am willing to love you. Pause. I am willing to be on your side. Pause. I am willing to believe you deserve good. Now notice what comes up. If your mind argues, no, I don't, then we have found the doorway. Not a doorway to shame, a doorway to healing. Because that belief did not appear from nowhere. Somewhere along the way, you learned you must earn love, or you learned that people leave, or you learned that you are a burden, or you learned that wanting leads to disappointment, and the child inside you has been trying to cope ever since. So we do not force that child into new beliefs. We invite, we say, it's okay to be afraid, and we are choosing something new now. Now, I want to deepen this practice with the body because the body is honest. Think of your desire again and ask yourself, does my body feel open when I think of this, or does it feel tight? If it feels tight, that is not a sign to give up. That is a sign to bring love there. Breathe into the tightness and say, you are safe. You are safe to want. You are safe to receive. Sometimes people have to repeat, I am safe more than anything else, because safety is the foundation. When you feel safe, you can change. When you feel unsafe, you cling. So the first manifestation is safety inside you. Now, let's return to the 3-6-9 rhythm in a very simple way, so you can actually use it. I want you to choose one core affirmation for your desire, just one sentence. If you don't know what to choose, I'll give you a few options. I am worthy of good. I am open to receiving. I trust the unfolding of my life. I am guided and supported. Life loves me. Choose one that feels the most soothing. Now, we will do it together. We will say it 3 times, slowly. Ready. Say it now. First time. Pause. Second time. Let it sink a little deeper. Pause. Third time, as if you are planting it gently in the soil. Now breathe. And during your day, you will return to it 6 times, like small sips of water. And at night, you will say it 9 times, like a lullaby to your subconscious. You see, the subconscious is listening most when you are relaxed. And night is a beautiful time to plant new ideas. Now let's practice the night rhythm together. I will use one phrase and you can use yours. We'll do it slowly. All is well in my world. 1. All is well in my world. 2. All is well in my world. 3. All is well in my world. 4. All is well in my world. 5. All is well in my world. 6. All is well in my world. 7. All is well in my world. 8. All is well in my world. 9. All is well in my world. Now just sit for a moment. If tears come, let them come. If relief comes, let it come. If nothing comes, that's okay too. You are planting. Now, I want to talk about time, because when people want something, time becomes painful. Every day feels like evidence, but time is not your enemy. The garden doesn't hate the seed because it hasn't sprouted yet. It simply continues to nourish, and you can do the same for yourself. When you catch yourself thinking, it's taking too long, try this instead. I am learning patience with love. I trust that what is mine comes to me. I am growing into my desire. And then do one loving action today that supports your desire. 1. Because loving action is a language life understands. If you want health, drink a glass of water with kindness. If you want love, speak gently to yourself. If you want abundance, take care of one small financial task without shame. If you want purpose, follow one curiosity. One loving action is powerful. Now, there is something else that can happen when you use practices like this. You may begin to notice what you have been tolerating. Sometimes people say they want a new job, but they are tolerating disrespect. Sometimes they say they want love, but they are tolerating crumbs. Sometimes they say they want health, but they are tolerating harsh self-talk. And as you practice worthiness, tolerance decreases. Not because you become harsh, but because you become clear. Clarity is self-love. You begin to say, no, thank you. You begin to say, that doesn't work for me. You begin to say, I choose better. And that is a manifestation too. Now let's work with doubt again, because doubt is human. Your mind might say, what if I do this every day and nothing changes? What if I get my hopes up again? What if I'm just fooling myself? If those thoughts come, I want you to speak to them gently. I hear you, and I am choosing love anyway. I am choosing support anyway. I am choosing a new thought anyway. You don't wait for doubt to disappear before you begin. You begin, and doubt softens over time. You see, you are reparenting yourself. You are giving yourself the steady encouragement you may not have received, and the inner child relaxes when the adult is consistent. Now, I want to give you another metaphor, because the mind remembers pictures. Imagine you are standing at a radio. If you tune the dial to a station of fear, you will hear fear all day long. You will interpret life through fear. You will see problems everywhere. If you tune the dial to a station of love, you will begin to hear love. You will notice support. You will see solutions. You will feel guided. The station doesn't change because you demand it. It changes because you tune. Affirmations are tuning. And the 3-6-9 rhythm is simply a schedule for tuning. Now let's tune together to a station of worthiness. Repeat after me, softly. I am willing to believe I deserve good. Pause. I am willing to trust life. Pause. I am willing to receive. Pause. You may not feel it fully yet. That's okay. Willingness is powerful. Willingness is the door. Now, I want to address a very tender thing. Sometimes what you want is not just a thing. It is a feeling you have been missing. And when you have been missing it for a long time, the longing can feel like grief. You might grieve the years you struggled. You might grieve the love you didn't receive. You might grieve the time you spent believing you were not enough. And grief is not wrong. Grief is love that didn't have a place to go. So if grief arises, breathe and let it move. And say, it is safe to feel. It is safe to heal. It is safe to begin again. You see, new beginnings are always available. The point of power is always in the present moment. Not in the past, not in the future. Here, now, this breath. Now let's bring this all together in a simple daily practice you can carry with you. In the morning, before you reach for your phone, before you rush into the day, place a hand on your heart and say 3 times, "Life loves me," or your chosen phrase. Then during the day, set small reminders, not because you are broken, but because you are learning. A note on your desk, a gentle alarm, a moment when you wash your hands. 6 times return to your phrase, and at night, when you are in bed, when your body is ready to rest, say it 9 times like a soft song, and then add one more sentence. Thank you, not as a bargain, as a blessing. Now, you may be wondering, what about writing it down? What about scripting? What about visualizing? Those can be helpful too if they feel nourishing, but the most important part is the feeling you cultivate while you do it. If writing becomes frantic, soften it. If visualizing becomes pressure, soften it. If any practice becomes another way to tell yourself you are not enough, then it is not supporting you. The true practice is self-love, because self-love changes everything. When you love yourself, you choose differently. When you love yourself, you speak differently. When you love yourself, you allow. When you love yourself, you stop pushing life away. Now I want to offer you a final sequence, one that you can return to whenever you feel impatient or discouraged. Take a breath and repeat after me. I am safe in this moment. Pause. This is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Pause. I choose to believe life supports me. Pause. I deserve good things. Pause. I release the need to force. Pause. I trust the unfolding of my life. Pause. I take loving steps one at a time. Pause. I am open to unexpected blessings. Pause. All is well in my world. Now, let that settle, and if your mind still wants to argue, let it argue quietly in the corner. You don't have to join it. You can return to your breath. You can return to your heart. You can return to this truth. You are worthy. You always have been. And you do not have to chase what you want as if it is running from you. Sometimes what you want is already on its way, and the only thing that delays it is the belief that you don't deserve it. So today we are changing that belief gently, not by force, by love. And I want you to remember, you can do this practice for a week, for a month, for as long as it feels supportive. And if you miss a day, you do not punish yourself. You begin again. A garden does not scold itself for a cloudy day. It waits for sunlight and continues to grow. So be a garden with yourself. Water yourself with kind words. Give yourself the light of compassion. Remove the weeds of harsh self-talk, and trust that something is happening even when you cannot see it yet. Because life loves you. And as you begin to love yourself more, you become a magnet for experiences that match that love. Not instantly, not perfectly, but steadily, surely, lovingly. So as you go forward from here, carry this with you. The point of power is always in the present moment. And in this present moment, you can choose a thought that supports you. Take one more breath and let your body relax. And when you're ready, whisper to yourself, I am open, I am worthy, I am loved, all is well in my world. And so it is.